The battle to lead Trump's potential impeachment. Reps Zoe Lofgren and Jerry Nadler are vying to be the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, a potentially outsized role if Democrats win the House. House Democrats this week are set to resolve a seemingly insignificant standoff with deceptively big consequences, deciding who would lead potential impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump should they take back the House. Reps Jerry Nadler, D-N.Y, and Zoe Lofgren, D-California, two longtime members who both hail from power centers of the Democratic Party, are competing to be the top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee. That's the panel that historically holds the keys to the impeachment process. Both Nadler and Lofgren know they're signing up to be Trump's chief antagonist in Congress, but, in separate interviews, they also emphasized the importance of Democrats not overplaying their hand. They're both acutely aware that appearing too eager about impeaching the president could alienate voters and vulnerable incumbents in their caucus who cringe when the topic is raised. "I'm not running as an impeachment candidate and I don't think Jerry Nadler is either," Lofgren said during an interview in her office. She and Nadler have been jockeying for the top judiciary spot for months. The internal election was not expected until after the midterms next November, but was hastened by the recent resignation of Rep. John Conyers, D. Michigan, the longtime top Democrat on the committee, over sexual harassment allegations. The full Democratic caucus will hold an election for the post Wednesday. For Lofgren, a Democratic staffer on the committee during Richard Nixon's impeachment and a member of the panel during the investigation into Bill Clinton, the process would have to be bipartisan, with buy-in from Republicans and the public to be successful. By the time the vote was taken in the Judiciary Committee to impeach Richard Nixon, the country understood it and they agreed with it, Lofgren said. "This should be a healing effort, not a divisive effort. If it happens." Lofgren hinted that kind of support would likely come only if special counsel Robert Mueller uncovered documented evidence showing Trump took actions that were a threat to the country. Both Nadler and Lofgren recently voted against an impeachment resolution offered by Democratic Rep. Al Green, D. Texas, agreeing with other Democrats that the move was far too premature. Nadler, too, said impeachment must have substantial buy-in from erstwhile Trump supporters to be worthwhile. "Partly," he said, "because of the math. Though the House can impeach a president, the Senate requires a two-thirds vote for removal, which would be impossible without some Republican support. There's not much point in impeaching a president and having him acquitted in the Senate as happened with Clinton," he said. "Secondly," he said, "for Democrats to pursue impeachment, they should have a reasonable belief that some segment of Trump voters will understand and support the push based on evidence. If you are actually going to remove a president from office, you are in effect nullifying the last election. Certainly the people who voted for him will think you're nullifying the election," Nadler said. "It's okay to do that. It may be necessary to do that as long as you have persuaded a sufficient fraction of the president's former supporters, the people who voted for him, that you have to. That it's necessary." Nadler said a few Democrats have discussed with him the prospect of impeaching Trump, but their more immediate concern is a constitutional crisis. Should Trump attempt to fire or discredit Mueller, there's a consciousness that that may happen. "That may very well happen," Nadler said. "I think I'd be better at the helm of the Judiciary Committee, in terms of forcefulness, in terms of constitutional issues." He added that he took a very big leadership role in the development of a Democratic strategy to counter the GOP push to impeach Clinton even as a junior member. The Democratic Caucus Steering Committee will meet Tuesday to pick its preferred candidate and the full caucus will vote using a secret ballot Wednesday. There's little ideological daylight between Lofgren and Nadler, and Democrats say it could come down to a popularity contest. "At the end of the day, these elections are like a student body election," said Rep. Jerry Connolly, D-Vet. "And so, a lot is really about personal relationships. A